third birthday, Nana gave us 2 dogs. One was brown, one was light brown tan, and the other one was brown white. We like the doggies, and we always seduce them on the night time. And we always, and we play imagine with them. We love Nana.
Yeah.
Thank you.
On Nana's 90th birthday, we went to North Carolina. We wear green shirts to match Nana's birthday. She gave us cards that cost $10. Love Nana.
Thank you.
I love Nana because she gives hugs and she likes what we do. Back 2 years ago, she had a party because she was turning 90 years old. And she had 3 cakes during that time, and everybody wore exactly the same shirts with a family tree on it. That's what I like about Nana.
I like you too. Thank you.
I always had really wonderful memories of Christmas time in Nana and Grandpa's house. And she would always let us add a few extra decorations to the tree. And it just always felt like a magical Christmas at Nana's because it was cold outside, the snow, and it was just warm and filled with laughter on the inside. And all of our visits were like that, coming to Nana's. And Nana is still always busily bustling around the kitchen and taking care of everyone and serving everybody. And just always very much a caretaker. I see Nana as one of the most graceful women that I've ever known. She's always so ladylike, and I've actually had the honor of being told that I look like Nana. And I find that the highest compliment because I think she's beautiful, and I always tell everyone how beautiful my Nana is. And I hope that I can look just like Nana when I'm in my 90s. But she's also been a wonderful example of a Christian woman, and I never heard an angry word out of Nana, ever. Still haven't, Nana, if you want to keep that record going. She's always been very kind and calm, and never heard her argue with Grandpa or anything like that. She's just always such a wonderful example of a wife and a mother and a grandmother, and so I really appreciate that and your example to all of us. And I'm just glad that we're here and we're able to spend this time with you. And that's all.
I like Nana because she always snuggles with me, and she's always cheerful and thankful. I like to send up pictures at home. I like to send pictures to Nana when I'm at home. And I drew a picture of a flower growing with stars all around it.
Thank you, Jordan.
What I remember about Nana is that we went to North Carolina for her 90th birthday, and we sang a song. And another thing, Nana gave us $10 for a birthday and a little note.
I am truly blessed to have a Nana as special as mine. All of my memories are about her kindness and her sweetness, and we would visit her a lot, and what I remember either Christmas time or during the summertime is just her graciousness and her hospitality and the meals she would make for us. And at Christmas time, it was such a special occasion, being able to open presents together and be in the festive atmosphere. She's kept us feeling calm and made it a time where we weren't stressed out. I I'm sure with all the things that she had going on, she must have felt stressed, but she always had a smile on her face and everything seemed to be going smoothly. And all of my big events, graduations and my wedding, she came out for, and that was really special, being that we were the whole United States apart. And I remember especially wanting to come and visit her because we would see her cat. And at that time we didn't have any cats, and so we just loved and loved on her cats because it was special to see her cats. And then later on, I remember her coming out to my children's birthday party and arriving just on time, and how special that was to be able to share that occasion with her. And all of the reunions that we've been to, and being able to see her again, and how healthy and active she was. And just, it also ministered to me how wonderful of a wife she was to Grandpa. And being that I've been married for many more years since then, and marriage isn't easy, there's ups and downs, and she just inspired me to be the best wife that I could be, and work through those problems and stick to each other to the very, very end. And when things got hard, she tried very hard to stay with Grandpa as long as she could and meet his physical needs, and until it was too difficult for her. And that was very inspiring for me. And I will always have the books that she wrote about the grandfather memories that she wrote, Grandpa's memories down for me, and also her memories. And I read through those every so often, and that's a great legacy for me to keep those things. And so that's what makes my Nana special to me, and I feel like I have the best in the whole world. And I love you, Nana.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
Fondest memories of Nana, let's see, over a period of 46 years. I didn't quite understand at first when I first got married that the things that she would do. I remember sitting down at meals, or especially would make sandwiches, and she would make my sandwich. And there were times when I got irritated inside. I couldn't understand. But she thinks I can't make my own sandwich? But then I realized, it was a few years later, that it was simply because she wanted to make the sandwich. She had that kindness and love in her heart, and that's the thing that I always saw. I tell everybody that I have the greatest mother-in-law in the world, because she wants to help you out all the time. She's thinking of the other person instead of herself. And I even dedicated a song I sang in church to her when she visited in Tucson. And she's just been wonderful as a mother-in-law. I love her.
Well, the number one thing I remember about Mom is her faith, and from little on up, she's always trusted in the Lord, and that is something she told me when she was confirmed at 12 years old. She knew what she was doing when she was giving her life to the Lord, and nothing changed after that, where I'd have to say that I wasn't quite that way. I went through confirmation like many kids do, and went out and explored the world, and found out later on that there was nothing out there that I was looking for, and that I should have been more focused on copying my mother than thinking there was a better way. So that's the number one thing. I also remember that when Mom would entertain, she would invite people over. And I don't remember them bringing anything. And when I got older and I invited people over, I was doing a meal for them. And then I found out that when somebody invited you over, you were supposed to ask, is there anything I can bring? Well, that wasn't the way Mom entertained people, so I thought when you invited people over, you did it all. Of course, being the oldest and not being a boy child, my dad so wanted a boy, so he made a little tomboy out of me, and I loved every minute of it. I remember Mom coming to school meetings, and the teacher would say, "You're such a nice little girl. She's so quiet and cooperative." And Mom would always say, "That's not the girl you sent home after school," because I just raised a ruckus when I get home from school. And it's, well, having a mom that's lived what she believed. And I always tell people she's lived such a long life because she obeyed her parents. And she always made the best of every situation. And I know a lot of her friends, they had a lot of money and nice houses, but that didn't make Mom have to want that. She made the most of what she had. We kids always had anything we needed. We had college educations, and just a humble, simple life that she lived. So that's the main thing I remember. We did have a reunion, and I'm thinking about 5 years ago, I believe. Maybe it was a celebration of life when we were all out of the cottage. But she had come down with shingles before we all arrived. Then she broke her arm while we were here. And nothing stopped. The whole party went on like she wasn't in pain or anything, which I'm sure she was. But no one would have known it because she just carried on. This was her project and she was doing it. And that is a character trait I think I got from her. I'm very project oriented. And I can see now from how she's done different things that her focus on that.
Some of my fondest memories of Nana are spending the summers with them. I used to garden with her and pick vegetables and marigolds. She planted marigolds every year. And we had lots of cucumbers, and she would pickle cucumbers. And then every Sunday we would make kuchens, and for before church and after church. And then we would volunteer at church with the ladies group, the ladies auxiliary. I remember doing that. Cleaning the church and the bathrooms. The quince tree at the end of the driveway. We'd go pick some quince for her. And she always made summer just like home, even though I wasn't home. What I especially love about Nana is her gracefulness. Always being there for us. And never judging. Always accepting whatever was coming from us. And taking care of us when we needed her to take care of us. That's what I'll never, and to always appreciate.
What I love most about Nana is her good cooking, especially the grilled cheese and the ice cream cake that she makes for my birthday. I also enjoy being near Highland Park and that she always keeps my favorite walking stick. One thing that I especially love about my Nana is that she's kind and loving and always makes good food for me.
Well, I think what I will remember most about Nana is our trips to Rochester from Michigan, and I knew that I was going to be well taken care of and well fed, and we would always do small projects for her around the house, and I know she was always very appreciative of them, no matter how small the project was.
I think my earliest memories were in the summers when I would get to spend 3 weeks here in Rochester, and those were my favorite 3 weeks of the summer. And I used to love going grocery shopping with her and cleaning up in the church. I used to love hanging the laundry out on the clotheslines, and then I would ride the bike through especially the sheets, and she never stopped me from doing that. I don't know if she didn't know that I did it, or she just went ahead and let me get her sheets all dirty again. The other thing, I used to love to play Clue, and Nana would play Clue with me afternoon after afternoon after afternoon. And those are some of my fondest memories from when I was young. Now as an adult, I just cherish any of the times I get to spend with her and the visits that we've gotten to have since I moved to Michigan.
I remember her always comforting me when I had earaches. She always helped me with my homework. We did a lot of Latin vocabulary, and we did English, and she would test me on my spelling and all that. Yeah, she did tell me if I made my own bed, you lie in it. Yeah, that was good advice now, but at the time it didn't seem like it was good advice. What I love about her is she's always listening. She doesn't condemn anybody. She'll always stick up for the underdog or find a positive attitude toward the underdog. My mother's always been loving, caring.
Tell her what I used to call you Gitchy Goomy.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
my little Gitchy Goomy.
Oh, yes, I was her little Gitchy Goomy. By the shores of Gitchy Goomy. So I was Gitchy Goomy for many years, and when I got older I didn't appreciate it, but it was okay when I was younger.
Some of my fondest memories of Mom were her love for kittens. She would get so upset when Daddy would bring home another stray cat, and Daddy would bring them home for me. And Mom was just like, oh no, another cat. But she grew to love them, even when we ended up with 13. She still loved those cats. And we were even, when they were having their babies, she would still like the cats. Let's see, what else? Oh, and then there was the time in elementary school where I wanted to be friends with this girl, and I had brought in some Barbie doll clothes, and I said I had made them. Well, needless to say, I didn't make them. And so the girl said, well, if you made them, then will you make me one? And I said, sure, because I really wanted to be her friend. So that day, Mom got out some black Singer sewing machine and some foot pedal, and we were up till 11, 12 o'clock that night making a Barbie doll dress for this girl. And I will say her name was Nancy Wolf. And I will say after that she was always nice to me. We never became close friends, but whenever I saw her, she would always say hi. I remember my Mom was always around and always there. She was never missing. So she was a good mom. Because Mom always put God and family and friends first. No matter what she did, that was the order. Church and, well, Daddy might have come first before the kids. But Mom was the stay-at-home mom who cooked and cleaned and did the laundry, and Daddy worked, and she would help Daddy work at church. And if anyone needed help in the family, that's where we went, and that's what we did. And in 3 words, that was Mom. God, family and friends.
I just wanted to share some of my own personal memories about my mom, and they're really special to me. Sometimes can't always describe them to a T, but there was an overall sense of love from my mom that I always felt. And my youngest memories is that my mom would pretty much do her chores around the house, the washing and the hanging the clothes and the vacuuming and making the meals. And before I went to school, I just remember being so relaxed and having so much fun. I didn't have a lot of friends, but I would just play with my soldiers or whatever, and cowboys and Indians, and I would just play for hours. And I kind of knew everything was okay. My mom was doing her thing and would check in on me, and I'd have lunch with my mom, and then going to school was a different thing. Mom got me over the hump to enjoy school and do my racing back and forth at lunchtime to get home for lunch, and my mom always seemed to be there. As I grew older and there were conflicts in our generations as far as the war in Vietnam and how she felt about her concerns she had about me, and we worked through those. She was pretty open to listening to my views, and I didn't get too angry with my dad and mom about it, but I appreciated them giving the space for me to express myself. And sometimes she would have concerns about me as my hair started to grow long or whatever, that I might just become a bum and not want to do anything constructive with my life. But she would listen. I think one time she said, "What, do you rather be a bum?" which ended up being one of the songs that I wrote. But she didn't really, she was anxious about that possibility. But other than that, one time she never really got impatient with me, other than maybe sleeping in late and not going to class when I was in college or something. But pretty much gave me my own space, and appreciated later my development as a musician, and would come out and support me when we did play in a coffee house or something. So I really appreciate that about her. And I've always been able to talk to my mom about almost anything, that's been a nice privilege to have a mom that I can talk to about anything. If I had anything I wanted to especially tell my mom, I'd definitely like to tell her how much I love her. I was glad to have the opportunity to help her stay in her house as long as she could, because she really enjoyed it. As you saw in the film, she expressed herself how much she enjoyed her little house. I will do my best to help her even when she's in North Carolina with my sisters, and help them have a smooth and happy time as they can with her down there. And it's been a really great life having you as a mom. Really, lately I haven't gotten teary-eyed. A lot of times when I write songs I get pretty teary-eyed, and if I'm not crying, then I know, well, I'm not getting deep enough with this song. So I'm getting a little teary-eyed now, but it's happy tears. So thanks again, Mom. I really loved our time together, and I'll try to do my best to get to North Carolina, even though I hate to fly. I'll do my best because I really love you, and want to be supportive of you, and see you, and check on you, and again, thank you again so much, Mom. Can I give you a suggestion?
Yes.
Don't do those shifty looks, because my mother looks like you're going to testify against her. All right.
Let's start over.
All right.
How'd you get through this, Katie?
Yeah, she had all this great stuff to say about her
Katie's used to
nanny.
being on the limelight.
All right, here we go. Quiet on the set. Go.
What I remember most about my mother? I can't do this. Spontaneous.
Don't be shifty-eyed. It always makes the person look like they're when you were looking over a mom. It's like anybody check? No, not done. Checking the less trustworthy. Anybody listening? And
How am I doing?
How am I doing?
It might not seem like much when love is all you got, but gold will never